So Destiny had a debate slash discussion with this MAGA YouTuber. Now, to be fair, I don't know if this guy is, I don't think he's solely politics. I think he discusses a lot of different things, and he just happens to be a right-leaning kind of guy. Now, having said that, look, if you're gonna agree to have a conversation with a political streamer like somebody like Destiny, you probably want to know politics, right? You probably want to be able to back up whatever claims you're going to make vis-a-vis Trump. So anyway, they have this discussion, and this moment, which I'm about to show you here, I got to be honest with you guys. This is one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen when it comes to political discussion or political debate. I'm not sure I've ever seen something this humiliating, which you're about to watch. So they've been talking about Trump for an hour. And this guy has been bending over backwards to defend Donald Trump's actions, while simultaneously saying, bro, I'm not even that into politics. I don't even know all that much about the guy, bro. I'm just saying that, my perception on it is a little different from your perception. And I like to, when I look at people, I like to assume the best and try to see where they're coming from and not straw man them. And that's generally my disposition when talking about these things, unless it comes to Democrats, in which case they're evil and they're horrible and they're terrible and they have nefarious intentions and they are trying to control everything. But outside of that, I mean, look, bro, I don't know that much about Trump, but I like him. He convinced me. All right, anyway. So here we go. Look at the faceplant that you're about to see.
Do you agree? Are you familiar with, the elector plot?
The what?
That when you vote for president, you vote for a slate of electors who vote for president for that state, right?
Yeah, I know how this. Yeah, I know how that works. Yeah.
Donald Trump had 7 different fake slates made up in every swing state. He had fake slates sent from there to the electoral college, and the goal was to have Mike Pence pick the fake electors. That was like the plan on January 6th. That's why he kept saying he can send it back to the states. That's why he kept saying Mike Pence can come through for us. Like, we believe in Pence. Like, Pence has to come through for us. Pence has to be strong. What he wanted Mike Pence to do was to choose the fake electors. That was the whole point of that.
I don't know anything about that, and I can't take anything as assuming that it's true, because the one thing that we have been talking about extensively, I can't see any reasonable conclusion that your conclusion is accurate.
Okay. Let's say that theoretically that was true. Do you think that would be bad? Can we say at least that?
If Trump made fake slates and asked somebody to fraudulently just pick them, yeah, of course that would be bad.
If Trump made fake slates and asked somebody to pick them, of course that would be bad. My brother in Christ, that is exactly what happened. This is not a matter of debate. This is not a matter of different interpretations or opinions on the set of facts. That is just clear as day, exactly what happened. We're not done yet.
Okay. That was when he said Mike Pence can come through for us. What do you think he was talking about?
I don't know. You said fight like hell meant that they should raid the Capitol.
Wait. When he was asking Mike Pence can do what we need to do. What do you think he's talking about there?
What I'm saying is, in our conversation thus far, when you're attributing meaning to things that people don't say directly, I disagree with your interpretation. So I have no idea what he's talking about with Mike Pence.
No clue.
Yeah.
We just can't possibly know. Like, you know that, so for those fake slates, you know that, like, none of this is contested, right? Like, this is all in open court. Like, people have been.
I'm not going to pretend like I know about the story because I don't know anything about it.
Okay, like, you can literally see. I mean, I can send you, like, there's like the fake slates have been filled out. All of that information is publicly viewable. That Trump's campaign, that Eastman Chesebro and people working for Trump Giuliani were trying to organize, or they successfully organized fake electors in 7 different states to get them sent to Congress. That was the whole point of January 6th to stop the steal, was to get Pence to choose the fake electors, or to just reject all the votes because there's competing elector slates.
I know nothing about that story at all.
Okay, well, let's say theoretically, let's say that was true, and he wanted Pence to choose the fake elector slates, and then he also sent a huge riot down to the Capitol to try to encourage Pence to do the right thing. Does it seem more likely that violence might have been like a part of the strategy to pressure the politicians there into choosing the fake elector slates?
I mean, if we're talking about, I mean, a dragon could have come and landed on the Capitol if we're just talking about, like, make-believe hypotheticals.
Oh, I want to shove my nuts in a waffle iron. Oh my God, bro.
Every single thing I just said is beyond verified true. Like, it's not, nobody even contests this.
I mean, I don't know anything about it. And like I said, in terms of, no offense, just trusting that your fact pattern and things, support your conclusions in this conversation, I disagree. That's a nice piece back there. You're the shotgun. You shoot clay?
I think he's just got to retire from the internet. I think he's just got to get off the internet. That was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life. Look, if you're going to keep insisting, I don't really know about that. I'm not sure. If you're going to keep doing that, then stop fucking talking about politics. Why'd you agree to get on a political stream and pontificate about politics if you're admitting up front, I don't know anything about this, but I'm going to defend Trump? People need a gigantic dose of humility. That's what they need. That's what this guy needs. Look, it's fine. If he goes out there and says, I don't know anything about that stuff, I'm not going to touch that stuff, I'm not going to go on a political stream, but I will tell you, I like Trump's vibe. I like the way he talks, right? He gives me the feeling of he doesn't give a fuck, and I respect people who don't give a fuck. If you just want to say that, keep it to character traits that you like or style of oratory or whatever, that's fine. But no, go watch the whole debate. You'll see he repeatedly defends Trump at every turn while sounding, I don't even know about that, bro. He literally says, yes, if Trump did the thing that he objectively did, then I would say, yeah, that's probably bad. But he did the thing, and then you go on to act like it's not bad. Oh my God. I literally don't know what to do with these people anymore, because this is what happens, right? Guys, look, I got a lot of shit in 2015 and 2016 for coming out and saying, yes, Trump has said many bigoted things, many racist things, but there absolutely are people who are voting for him not because of those things. They're overlooking that because Trump says, I'm going to keep your jobs here. We're not going to outsource your jobs anymore. There were millions of people who were 2 times Obama voters who then flipped to Trump. And my point was, those people are gettable for the Democrats. Let's not castigate every single one of the Trump supporters as a racist, bigot, deplorable, right? That was the argument back then. The year is now 2024. Trump has governed for 4 years. We know what his ideology is. We know he's an extremist authoritarian Republican who tried to overthrow the last election, and his biggest legislative accomplishment was tax cuts for the wealthy and deregulation. We know he's corrupt out the wazoo, took all this money from Saudi Arabia, tens of millions now at the Live Golf events, and then he gives them whatever the hell they want, gave them billions of dollars in weapons, didn't even slap them on the wrist when they massacred Jamal Khashoggi, vetoed a bill that would have cut off the weapons that was going to Saudi Arabia. They were using to commit a genocide in Yemen, vetoed that bill to support Saudi. I mean, the list goes on and on. We don't need to go through all of it right now, but it is no longer 2015 or 2016. The guy's a fraud. The guy's a con man. The guy's an authoritarian. And if you're going to go up there and talk politics and talk about January 6th and talk about the fake elector slate and defend him, you have to fucking know something about it. Oh my God. So look, I'll just end on this, just to run through this for everybody. I would recommend, if you don't know about this, just go read Jack Smith's original indictment, okay? The original indictment from Jack Smith against Trump. Because if you read that, I guarantee you can go in, even if you go in and you're leaning pro-Trump, just read it with an open mind, and you'll walk away going, oh, you know, what Trump did was actually a lot worse than I realized. So just to walk you through it, he's charged with conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, that was the certification of Joe Biden, obstruction of and attempt to obstruct an official proceeding, and a charge called conspiracy against rights, which the gist of that is basically he's trying to effectively disenfranchise millions of voters and throw out their votes because he didn't like that Biden won the election. So he's saying those votes don't count. I won, right? That's conspiracy against rights. So some of the things we learned, if you go read this Jack Smith indictment, you'll see it all. Trump acknowledged to co-conspirator 3 that the rigged election claims were, quote, crazy. So the thing he was saying repeatedly, day in and day out, about the election is rigged and I actually won and Joe Biden didn't and we got to stop the steal, Trump admitted behind closed doors that the shit he was saying was, quote, crazy. When he tried to get Mike Pence to overturn the results, and Pence said no, Trump said, and I quote, "You're too honest, Mike. You're too honest." So in other words, what Mike is saying is true, that I didn't win the election. Biden did win the election. Mike, you're being too honest, acknowledging that Biden won the election. Trump also worked with co-conspirator 4 to open sham election crime investigations. So Trump tried to force the Justice Department to send letters to the states fraudulently saying that they've identified significant concerns that may have impacted the outcome of the election. This is effectively why Bill Barr resigned. He's like, I'm not going to send fake letters claiming we know there's election fraud and I'm going to send letters to the states demanding that we seize the fucking voting machines. I'm not going to do that. And Barr had to resign because Trump was pressuring the DOJ and pressuring Bill Barr to send out these letters, knowing that they were fraudulent letters and that what they were saying was not true. More from it, quote, on January 6th, as violence ensued, the defendant and co-conspirators exploited the disruption by redoubling efforts and trying to convince members of Congress to further delay certification based on false claims. In other words, even after all the violence at the Capitol, after all of the storming of the buildings, after all the fucking chaos and the mayhem and people getting beaten up and the air filled with the smoke, after all that stuff, Trump and his people were still on the phone calling politicians and saying, don't certify. Do not certify. Co-conspirator 5 had a memo about fake electors, and they called it internally in their own emails, talking to each other, quote, fraudulent elector memo, and quote, fraudulent elector instructions. So in other words, they all knew Trump didn't win. They knew it was fraud, and they were still trying to push that he won and keep him in power. If you think this isn't a crime, I'm sorry, you're a fucking moron. Unbelievable. More. On December 13th, co-conspirator 1 and 5 had a conversation where they decided the plan is no longer to do fake electors in case Trump wins, but to do it no matter what, even if he loses. So in other words, they were hoping that some of the, like the recounts or the court cases that they were going through, that there would be like a ray of hope for them to hang on to in there. And they're like, hey, if there's some reason where the conclusion is maybe we did win, then we'll do the fake electors. But they changed that to, we're not winning any of them, but we don't care. We're still going to do the fake elector slate, even though the court system says we lost, the secretaries of state say we lost, the governors say we lost, the recounts say we lost. We don't care. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible stuff. And on the same day, a senior White House advisor in a meeting with Trump and 2 of the co-conspirators said, I don't know who wants to put their name on this thing because, quote, it's certifying illegal votes. That's what they're saying internally. So anyway, I can go on and on. I still have more notes here from when I read the indictment. But guys, don't be this guy. Do not be this guy. I don't know how to get this through to people. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about your vibes. I don't care about your sense of Trump as a person or an entertainer or whatever. It's not about that. It's about policy. It's about what he tried to do. And any objective reading of what he tried to do is absolutely abysmal and horrific. And he effectively tried to overthrow American democracy. And so it's not cute anymore. It's not cute for people to go out there and defend Trump and be like, I don't really know anything about him, but I'm going to defend him. And I sympathize with Destiny's frustration here because he feels like he's in the Twilight Zone. He feels like he's in the Twilight Zone. He's like, so all this research I did, all these facts I'm bringing up, it just goes, it's in one ear and out the other. You don't care. You don't care. So what am I, I'm just wasting my time bringing up actual information? And I don't know. The answer is maybe yes. Certainly it's not going to get through to him, but at least hopefully people in the audience will hear it and go, okay, you know what? They're right. That's the best we could hope for. All right, guys, that's the show. Love y'all very much. Everybody do me a big favor. Please click like and subscribe. That helps out massively. It costs you nothing. We're trying to get to 10 million subs. I know it'll take a while, but you build it one at a time. And thank you to everybody who supports this show on Patreon. If you'd like to support, the links below. And also you could tip using the thanks button on YouTube if you'd like right here. Remember, guys, I've never had a conversation with an advertiser, never done an ad read. I'm very proud of that fact. And you guys helped build the show from the ground up. So with that being said, I'll see all you guys tomorrow. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.